papers. Some of the headlines about what's happening to this country and what the crazy Republicans are doing is driving me up the wall. Let's discuss. Let's talk. Coming up on just a few minutes.
Now shut up. The show's starting.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Well, thank God you're not in Las Vegas. I think what the temperature is right now, let's see. We actually cooled off today. I think it's only, oh, wow. It's only 106. But look at that. It's crazy. You know, hey, everybody. Hi, Nikki and Triple, let's see, there's Nikki, Triple Clown, Deborah Kiefer, that gorgeous Angela from New Zealand, Jessica, who checked in earlier. You know, I don't know if everybody's been paying attention to the news like I have, but I read a story this morning. Hey, Facebook user, the mysterious Facebook user. But I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to the news and what is happening. I mean, first, Roe versus Wade, happened. The Supreme Court overturned that. But this morning, Frank Hagan, who helps me with Politics as a Drag and writes some of the craziest, funny stuff, sends me a link this morning that just blew me away. Let me turn that down. It was this link about this guy at Walgreens. Hey, Cheryl Reese, how are you? It was this story this morning. Here it is. Well, look at this. Walgreens clerk refuses to sell condoms to married couple because of his faith. Just days after religious worker at another Walgreens store said she would not refill a woman's birth control prescription. People, what the hell is happening? I just want to scream. Hey, Karen F., thank you for popping in, and Cheryl Reese Blevins, and that wonderful Angela. I cannot understand what is happening to this crazy country here that we live in. Angela, I don't know what it's like in New Zealand, but these religious nut jobs have basically, they want to turn the America back to the 50s. I mean, it's crazy. But I mean, imagine you go into a store and you go to buy condoms, a married couple, and the idiot at the desk goes, I'm sorry, but it's against my faith and religion. We don't even touch ourselves in the shower. I am totally despising these people, despising them. And it all started, I know I'm probably going to turn off some people and you probably will just not listen to me ever again, but it's all because of Trump. He ripped off the Band-Aid that has held so much prejudice, racism, bigotry, hates for immigrants, hate for LGBTQ people, lesbians, gays, trans, you name it, and allowed these people to have a freaking platform to scream and yell and advertise their hate. Oh, God, hold on. What is this right here? Why don't they take it a step further and only offer birth control to those they deem unattractive so they don't procreate? True. And what did you write here? Hi, Nikki. I think even further back, they probably all the way back to the 1800s. Yeah, it's crazy. So I put this up here so people could actually see this real story that a Walgreens clerk in Wisconsin, in Minneapolis. No, it was Wisconsin. Just refused. The guy refused to sell condoms to a married couple who were on vacation during the 4th of July because it was against his faith. Who are these people? So what they're trying to set this up is it all started with that asshole in, I forget where it was, Seattle, who wouldn't sell a wedding cake to a gay couple. Crazy. And of course, they kind of won on that. But here it is that we're going to live in a country just because you don't like somebody's religion, that you don't like the way somebody lives, you don't have to service them. It's just crazy. Hold on here. Okay, here we go. Right here. Angela, what did you say? I was going to say we have doctors here in New Zealand that won't prescribe contraception to women in New Zealand. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Yep, you're right. It's all because of religious beliefs. And it's pretty sad when you have to order condoms in a discreet box from Amazon. Hey, Irina. Yeah, Trump started it all. It was his division, his doing, and MAGA say the libs are divisive. He should lose his job. But here's the thing. He's not going to lose his job. I don't know if you've been watching I'm just showing what's happening in stores in America. You can walk in and just shoplift and walk out. Have you all seen the videos of these people that are going into the Walgreens and the different drugstores around the country? It just drives me nuts. Hold on, here we go. Hey, RL, how you doing? Favorite part of Sunday? Thank you so much. Love from Rhonda. But it's just, I mean, what is the United States coming to? And all of this stems from religion. I just, I am not a religious person myself. I have never been a religious person. I just think the Bible is a load of crap. It's a bunch of contradictions. And I'm sure here we go. Jim Schultz, Trump didn't start it. He normalized it and promoted it as true Americanism. Thank you, Jim. You're right. He did. And it sucks. Oh yeah, this one right here. This happened too this week. The 10-year-old little girl who was raped and denied an abortion. And then this witch who was like, I think it was from North Dakota. She was saying she's the governor of North or South Dakota, one of the Dakotas. And they actually had her on CNN. She got the 10-year-old should have had the child. And then the governor of where did it happen? Was it Michigan? I can't remember. Ohio? Wherever it was, the governor wanted to sue the doctor that performed the abortion because it said it was against the law. So I don't know if you all have seen this. Okay. I don't know if you've seen this, and I'm going to put it up. I may play it a couple of times, when people come in, but I don't know if you've seen this ad. It's one of the scariest ads that's out there right now. And I don't know how many of you have seen A Handmaid's Tale. Let me know. Have you seen how many of you have watched Handmaid's Tale? And it's scary because it's happening. But this group created this commercial and about, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to play this. Watch.
Listen, everything's going to be okay, right? Just let me do the talking, okay? Just
Evening, ladies. License, please. Where are you headed?
Oh, we were just out for a drive.
Headed to the border?
Oh, no. We were just going up to the...
Hey there. What's your name?
Grace.
Are you pregnant, Grace? Step out of the vehicle.
She does not have to...
Yes, she does.
No.
Show me your hands on the wheels, please. Grace, step out of the vehicle. On the wheel.
Grace, it's okay.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. But that's also what a lot of these different states, Texas, so many of them want to do. If a woman or a girl, a female goes to another state to get an abortion, they can stop you at the border. Stop you at the border. I mean, and you're right, Nikki. Creepy cops who are asking personal questions. It can happen, And there you go, Jim. Only seeing the real life HMT playing out in real time. But yeah, it's happening and it's scary. And you know what the problem is? And this is, we're going into what's called the midterms, as you all know what the midterms are. And the midterms are, how should I say it? It's when most of the times the Republicans take over and they get the House and the Senate, and then they guard everything. I mean, one of the things we're already talking about is if the Republicans take over the House, are you ready for this? They're going to impeach Biden. Why? Why are they going to impeach Biden? He hasn't done anything wrong. But this is how out of control the Republican Party has gotten. Yeah, the Democrats aren't exactly, tiptoeing through the tulips, not doing anything bad themselves, because they've got the extremists just the same, but at the same time, not the unreality that these crazy people are living in. And what's scary is with the midterms, right now it's like neck and neck. First, it was like the Republicans are going to get it back, but the Republicans have already said they're going to get rid of the January 6th commission. But hopefully they're going to wrap that up this week. I believe Thursday is sort of like the finale of what they're doing. But what gets me is that these people, these crazy Republican people, they want to take away everybody's rights because of their version of the Constitution. For instance, right here, this idiot, this man is Satan himself, Justice Clarence Thomas. And what he has done, Clarence Thomas has actually used the Supreme Court that's supposed to be unbiased until Trump put in that witch, Amy Barrett, whatever the hell her name is. She's a handmaiden. Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, the drunk, all three of them said they were not going to overturn Roe versus Wade. And guess what? They did. They lied to the American public. They lied to Congress. And of course, somebody said, you have to really listen to the words they used. It's not even that. It's they freaking lied. And for the first time in the history of the United States, our government took away rights. That's never happened. Never freaking happened. So what does Thomas do in the briefs that before the Roe versus Wade decision came out? They had talked about that same-sex marriage and contraception, is not in the original Constitution. So those rights are not guaranteed. Gay rights, contraception are guaranteed rights. So Thomas told the experts told the Texas Tribune that Thomas's opinion signals an openness from the court to reconsidering settled legal precedents related to the rights of the court that have been already protected by the Constitution. So he has already invited Texas to start a lawsuit, and which, of course, guess what? It will go to the Supreme Court. Hold on. What did you say here, Jim? Imagine how it will feel when interracial marriages are prohibited again. Oh, no, that's something that will never come up. Let's see. I'm trying to look at your thing. Neither is traditional marriage in the Constitution. Thank you, Jim. But then again, here's this fucking idiot. The decision to legalize gay marriage was clearly wrong, says Senator Ted Cruz. This frickin' scab on the butthole of the United States Senate. This man is one of the scariest people in the world, and I just can't understand. Well, Beto O'Rourke almost beat him, but yet we're talking about Texas, who always screams they're going to succeed. They want to succeed from the union. Let them. I think they should secede from the United States. Them, as well as Louisiana, all those red states who think that they should govern what women should do with their bodies and should say who can love who they want. I, being a gay man, has been open most of my life. They just drive me crazy. What was that? Neither traditional marriage. Hold on. I'm surprised someone hasn't taken a shot at Ted Cruz. I know. I keep going it. Let's see. Yeah. The best advertisement for abortion is Ted Cruz. I just don't. I just want to. Yes, Ted Cruz is the devil, and yet these people keep electing them. But here's the thing: there was a young lady that tuned in earlier, but the thing is, do you realize there are more Democrats than Republicans in this country? But what happens is the Democrats have apathy sets in during the midterms, and they don't vote. And of course, again. I keep asking the Bernie bros who are screaming, hey, you didn't want to vote for Hillary, so you'd rather voted for Trump instead of giving your vote to Hillary. And this is what you got. Not all of these Bernie bros, I'm sure, not all Bernie bros are straight. I knew a few of the gay ones, and we used to have major fights. even I think it was Lady Bunny, the drag queen. She and I got into it. She and I don't even speak anymore because of Hillary and Bernie, but that's her loss. She was a huge Bernie supporter. She still hates Hillary, and I guess she hates Biden too, but God bless her. But we have to vote. We have to vote. It's important that we freaking vote. And I just don't understand why the message and the narrative is not out there for people to vote, especially the midterms that are coming up. I don't understand why RuPaul is not using his platform where every freaking young gay kid is watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Why doesn't Ru get out there and start a campaign to vote? These little boys who want to dress up in drag. Listen, I play Esther Goldberg. But guess what? If these Republican crazy conservative loons get their way, they want to make it against the law. Used to be against the law. They used to raid the gay clubs and arrest the drag queens. That was the beginning of what happened with gay rights at Stonewall. And these crazy people want to eradicate us. That's the only way I can say. Oh, and they want to do it all in the name of their freaking religion and their fantasy book called the Bible. Yes, Jim, there's more Dems than ours. Is the reason that red states have exploded with private prisons so they can keep their number of reps, but not to represent them. You nailed it. Let's see. Karen, I live in Texas, a very red area. Totally frustrating. I shake my head. I know. And you just go, ah. Oh, I wish if any of you wanted to come on, here's the, if you want to pop in and talk with me, I'm putting the link up and you can just copy and paste that link. If you want to come on board and you have a camera and a microphone, you can join me on here and talk. Don't be afraid. It can be fun. I'm not drinking alcohol yet. I know it's only 2:00, but it's Sunday, so I guess I could, but I'm not. But it's just, what's the other thing? I mean, why do they not want condoms sold or birth control pills? I mean, it is amazing. It is just amazing to me how they take the Bible, twist it around, and create, their Psalms, their Proverbs, their quotations, or whatever the hell it is, to twist everything to work for them. I mean, the Bible is nothing but a big old fairy tale of contradictions. I mean, when it's like, there's all these things. If you eat something, you die. If your wife does something, you stick her with a garden hose or whatever. Hold on. Oh my God, Lois, how are you? One of the most incredible female comedians. Lois says, love your show. We need a modern, forward-thinking government. Right. That's okay. Well, let me finish reading what you wrote. Old guys running things is not working. I live in Germany. It's pretty great. I could never live in the U.S. again, even though I love my friends, the great cities like New York, but it's heading backwards. Not willing to take that ride at this point in my life. Lois, I almost feel the same way. And it drives me insane, about what's happening. Now, listen, tell me, everybody, if you agree with me on this. Biden served a purpose. He got rid of that freaking orange boil that was the president. And if it wasn't for Biden, he would be here again. But Biden got rid of him. But Biden's 80 years old, and just in the past, and he's done a great job. However, he's 80, and if you've looked at him, he's been president for a little over almost 2 years, and he's aging. The presidency ages everyone that takes it. I just don't think he's going to have the stamina to make it. And he's not that something bad will happen. I don't wish that on that man at all. But there's Kamala Harris, who's just been sat in the background. This woman is just sitting in the background, could never, she's never allowed to speak. Lately, he's been letting her talk, but not enough. But I think Gavin Newsom of California. I don't know if you all saw the ad that Gavin put up where he went after that idiot DeSantis. But that idiot DeSantis, I just want to scream. He's scary because he's what they call a smart Trump. And I just Florida and Texas, You all have lost your minds down there. And why you elect these people is beyond me. Let's see, RJ, I'd love to go live, but I'm at work listening. Lois, I follow Lois all the time. She has a great book out. I don't know the name of it because I would put it up if it was here to go buy Lois's book. She's hilarious. But Lois, I've watched you in Germany, you and your girlfriend, your wife. And, I have a lot of my friends that have already said they're moving. If Trump becomes president again, they're going to become expats and move to Portugal or Europe. And I have so many friends. I have so many friends in London and Barcelona and Paris. But, it's scary. Hold on. What did you say here, Jim? Let me put this up here. Moscow Mitch has got to go. I mean, that 80-year-old turtleneck motherfucker. I hate that man. I'm sorry. I don't hate anybody, but I hate him. He's been hanging on and butthurt since the 80s, waiting to do what he's doing. Absolutely. And Angela, finally, our government has removed abortion from our Crimes Act. It should have been removed years ago. Well, guess what, Angela? It's been moved to the Crimes Act here. But the scariest thing, hold on, let me move around here. The scary thing is what's going to happen to all the gay marriages in this country. If the Supreme Court, with that freaking bitch Barrett and Gorsuch and Kavanaugh and Alito and Thomas, I mean, they want to get rid of all of this. Why? What good does it serve taking away rights from people? I guess it's just difficult to try to understand the reasoning of such bad people. Ignorant people is the word that I want to use. Ignorant people is what I want to use. But then there's Clarence Thomas. Okay, we got to go back to Clarence Thomas and his wife Jenny, that witch. Who was actually a wife of a Supreme Court justice in the United States, who helped with the insurrection on January the 6th. Did you know that she was also helping to raise money for the buses to bring the people there? I mean, it's crazy. And yet, when they were trying to get the documents from Trump, remember when the January 6th committee was trying to get his documents that were in the National Archives, every single Supreme Court justice, except for one, voted for them to release the documents from the National Archives to find out what the hell Trump was doing. Who was the only person that didn't? Clarence Thomas. And it was because of him and his wife doing that. But yeah, you're right, Triple Crown. We need a new crop of leaders. And here's the scary thing. And Lois, if you're still listening, agree with me on this. The Republicans, why are they so loud? Because they've got all young people, even though they're all corrupt. They're corrupt and evil. All of them are young. All of them are younger people in the Republican Party. However, they've gotten on the racist, bigoted, anti-everything bandwagon, but they're younger, except for the orange boil on the face of America, Trump. He's 79. What is he? 79, 82. And then I don't know if you all noticed the other day when Trump announced that Ivana had passed away while she fell down the steps. He announces how great of a mother she was, but then he puts a freaking button to raise money for his America PAC. So my ex-wife is dead. She was a great mother, but could you give to my America PAC? And there was a freaking button there. He was raising money off of his dead ex-wife, whose body wasn't even cold yet. But it goes back to AOC. It goes back to these younger people who need to be the voice of the Democratic Party. They need to be the voice. They need to get out there because a lot of people don't listen to the old farts. Okay, here's something that happened here in my gym. Okay, you all have seen where I live and that whole thing. However, about 2 weeks ago, I'm in the gym with this little twink who lives in the building, Griffin. And Griffin is 20, right? So we were talking about, I said, Griffin, do you pay attention to politics and whatever? He says, yeah. And, I said to him, so tell me what you think. What do your friends think? Because he's gay as can be. I'm telling you, he puts the F in flaming, but he's a sweetheart. And I said, Griffin, What do your friends think? And are you ready for this? This is gay kids, LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, trans kids that are all his friends. Do you know what he said? The country was in better shape under Trump. Yes. And then I had to do the math. He's 20 years old. That's the only president he's ever known at that age. They didn't know Obama because they weren't old enough to pay attention to politics when they were 9, 8 years old. Did we? I didn't. So these kids have only seen Trump as president, and then they see Biden. But what they see is Biden's presidency, the gas has gone up, inflation has gone up, everything looks like it's gone to shit. Those of us who have lived know the pattern, knows what is for real. But these kids, these young voters, are thinking Trump was better because there was no high price of gas. Everything was cheaper. And you just want to scream. You just want to scream, people. And that is what is happening in America. And it all started not just with the religious right. It all started when they stopped educating our country, our kids, on the government. Kids don't know how a bill is passed. They don't understand. Like, for instance, when Trump was impeached, they didn't understand why he wasn't taken out of office because they don't understand how impeachment works. Most of these kids don't understand how a bill it goes through the House, the Senate, and to the president, or the House, the Senate, and they send it back to the House, and they send it back to the Senate, and then it could go to the president, and he could pass it, or he could veto it, or whatever, and it goes back through this thing again. But most of them don't. What is this? Let's see. True, these kids listen to what their parents say, to a point, Irina. But at the same time, these kids are also, looking at the world through their eyes and what they've only lived through, which was Trump. Gas prices were low, blah, 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 blah. And because these kids, and I speak for the LGBTQ side, and I also speak for the young women, they don't understand what is going on behind the scenes. They'd rather watch RuPaul's Drag Race, Love Island, The Bachelorette, instead of paying attention to what's happening to their country. Lois, if you're still listening, I know all my friends who live in Europe. The kid I've mentored since he was 14, he's 20 now. They pay attention to politics in Europe. They pay attention to their country and their rights and what they're doing. In this country, they don't. It's all about the new iPhone. It's all about who wins RuPaul's Drag Race. It's all about, the Kardashians' fat asses. It's all about, getting Botox at 21 years old. Who the hell needs Botox at 21 years old unless you're doing it to stop perspiration wetness? You don't have wrinkles at 21. You have wrinkles at my age. And, it's these things that just scare the hell out of me. And why we have to get people out there to vote. Really. So, I just had to come on and bitch today. I was just mad. I was mad. I was upset. When I read that story this morning, it just irritated me. Right. You're right, Karen. Biden inherited the problems that led us to where we are today, which if these kids had been younger and around and knew how Obama inherited the problems from the Bush administration. It's a cycle. The Republicans come into office, fuck up the country, fuck up the economy, and then the Democrats come in and fix it. And then if something goes wrong, they blame the Democrats, and then the Republicans take over. But what the thing is, that the other obvious thing is our Electoral College. The Electoral College has to go. We're the only country where the popular vote doesn't win the presidency. And that's the other scary part about our country, is that these little freaking tiny red states can actually decide who the president of the country is. When, like, for instance, Biden had 18 million more votes than Trump, but he was this close, to get it because of the Electoral College, because Ohio or Florida, the Electoral College will allow these tiny little fucking states with their electoral votes to overturn the will of the people. And the will of the people, to me, should be the popular vote. I mean, Bush won the president. He lost the popular vote, but he won the Electoral College. And the same thing happened to Trump. Trump lost the popular vote, but he won because of the Electoral College. And that is one of the most screwed up things. And it won't change because the Republicans don't want to change it. And then you have to have 2/3 of a 2/3 vote to even change anything like that. And they're not going to change it. As long as they can still win the presidency without winning the popular vote, then they're not going to change a thing because they're going to do it illegally. And now what they're doing is they're trying to stack the local governments and the states with their little red hacks, their little conservative hacks. So it's a scary situation that we're in with the Republican Party and the craziness. I guess Alan Cranston, as a retired Republican senator, actually came out this morning, I think it was this morning or yesterday, and said the Republican Party has become a cult. It's not the Republican Party he used to be a part of. And here's something I will tell you. I used to be a Republican. I used to tell people I was a Republican in business and a Democrat in my social life. But that all changed with the contract on America. That all changed when, Newt Gingrich, remember that fat little fuck? When Newt Gingrich got behind, what was his name? Jerry Falwell and Pat Robertson, and they decided to come up with a contract for America. And the Republican Party started to become religious. And then, of course, they dotted their I's and crossed their T's with the Sarah Palin, you just got that whole group. Oh, God, I'm having a brain fart. What was that called? Sarah Palin. It was, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Oh my God, what were they called? It was, let's see, hold on. What is this right here? Hold on. Let's see. Look up permanent reappointment law Republicans passed in 1920 is the biggest reason that we don't have actual representation in Congress, way more than every state having 2 senators. You're right. Oh my God. What was the name of the people? They were Sarah Palin, not the Tea Party. Thank you, Irina. Why was I having a brain fart on the Tea Party? So there was the contract for America that started with Falwell and Pat Robertson. And then Sarah Palin came on and she pushed the Tea Party. Remember, it was a super conservative, but yet her kids were out getting pregnant and bonking everything in the world. And she was lying and her husband was fucking around. It was crazy. She can see China from her house. No, she can see Russia from her house. Then the Tea Party came. And then behind the Tea Party came Trump. The Trumpism, the Trumps from, Trump came in and just lit the fuse, ripped off the Band-Aid of hate. And you all remember what happened in Charlottesville when they had, Jews will not replace us. I think that's what it was. And the crazy Proud Boys and all of those people were protesting and they killed that one woman with a car. I mean, and Trump said, oh, there were some good people there. Unbelievable. Yeah. So anyway, let me see. What else? How are we doing here? Russia, Republicans can't do math. So anyway, I decided to come on and rant for a half an hour. And I'm going to have some of our psychic friends come on. I think we're going to bring Esther back midweek and have her back on and start doing some fun stuff. The Ku Klux Klan and the Proud Boys are his people. They are totally. But I wish I could get some of you all to tune in and come on with me. But I decided to do this at the last minute. It was not like something I had planned to do. It was just that this headline just tore me up this morning. It just made me lose my shiz this morning when I saw that. And it was sent to me. And then to find out that another person at Walgreens refused to sell birth control pills to a couple because it was against their religion. When are we going to reverse it? When are one of us progressive people going to look at some of these religious nitwits and go, we're not gonna sell you tickets to the movie because it's against our beliefs. When do we reverse the tables? When do we reverse the tables on them? It's got to be done. It's got to be done. What, Juan? Dawn, you didn't see that? Dawn, you didn't see that about the you didn't see this that was in the paper this morning? Yeah, it happened. It's in the paper this morning. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. If I came on, what is this? If I came on, you lose, so as I'm not good at biting my tongue. Oh, I've been biting my tongue all morning, Jim. No, what happens is because I'm a YouTube partner, so I can monetize, but sometimes they will not let me monetize because of the context of my show, or if there's language and stuff like that. But it's okay. Sometimes I'd rather forfeit the monetization and be able to get my views out, just like, you can't do it on Facebook. I mean, I have a target on my back on Facebook. I mean, they're constantly trying to put me in jail or take me away. And I think if I go in again, they're going to take away my account. And some of the stuff is just hilarious. I mean, I think one of the last times I got taken off of Facebook was one of my gay friends goes, Michael, you bitch. And it was really funny. I go, oh, you're a bitch too. And it was two gay guys talking, and it was funny. They took me off for 30 days. 30 days because they said I was spreading hate and hateful language. And if they'd have read the thread and saw it was two gay guys being silly, they would have they would have seen that. But thank you, Facebook, and that idiot Mark Zuckerberg. The alternative is, okay, you don't want to sell us condoms? Then fine, arrest us for having sex in aisle 10. That's so true. Oh, God. Yes, Facebook has gotten crazy. Has anybody else joined the Metaverse? I don't, maybe I'm just older and don't get it, but the whole meta thing that Zuckerberg has come up with, it's like, are we supposed to wear, we got to wear these goggles and live in an alternative universe? Has anybody else done that? I haven't done that. It just, I don't know. Maybe I'm older and I don't get it, but I just don't. Well, that's also a reason why a lot of young people are leaving Facebook and they're going to TikTok and Instagram. What was that? Can't an LGBT say they refuse to serve Republicans based on moral grounds? Hell yeah, they could. You know what? When's that going to happen? That's a pretty good deal there. I refuse to serve your conservative, racist, bigoted ass because you go against my moral grounds. You don't like me. That's why I said it's scary. I'm betting you get it. Oh yeah, I do get it. Trust me. I mean, I have the mouth of a sailor. I have to constantly watch what I say for people that know me. Oh yeah. Well, you're right. Look how fast we abandoned MySpace for Facebook. We'll move on to the less dictatorship, but there's not a less dictatorship. These kids moved to Instagram, but guess what? Instagram is owned by Facebook, and they can be just as testy. YouTube can be a little testy too. When are me and Sloan going to do a show? I keep asking her. Sloan is going through a lot right now. Dawn. We've talked back and forth, and I don't know if you watched her show lately with Bobby Basha and tuning in and everything, but Sloanie's going through some craziness right now. So she'll be back on. But I'm surprised. Twitter hasn't been bought by the Zuck. Well, right now it's in legal limbo with the idiot, the little dictator that owns Tesla. But yeah, TikTok is different, but they go after TikTok because TikTok is owned by the Chinese. So everybody's saying if you get on TikTok, the Chinese who own TikTok are getting all your personal information. And, thank you, Deborah. You're a sweetheart. Thank you, Deborah. If you're on YouTube, you can give to help me keep this, the show up and running. Because I have to pay for the microphones. I have to pay for StreamYard. It's all that craziness. It's like $50 a month for StreamYard, so I can do this stuff. So when you guys do that on on YouTube. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so very, very much. It's very kind of you. But back to TikTok. TikTok is owned by the Chinese. So they're trying to say the Chinese are trying to infiltrate America, all the crazy kids, and get their data and input. It's just nuts. So Dawn, did you see the commercial? I played it at the top of the show, and I'll play it again. Did you see the commercial about that was sort of like a takeoff on the Handmaid's Tale? I'll play that again if you'd like. Let's see, what was that, Donnie? I watched Sloan. I feel like a dork for asking that, but it would really be good stuff for you both to chat about this craziness going on. You know what? Esther and Sloan have a blast. They are the funniest two people when they get together. And, I know Sloan well. So I know that when she's ready, she's going to pop on, because she knows that with Esther, she can come on and be herself. And they will just, kibitz with each other and have a blast. What's that? Fear tactics always. Yeah, so no matter what we do, whether it's TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they all have their limits. TikTok, I don't know. I'm late to the game on TikTok, and I would like to get better with it, and I will. What's this, Deb? Hold on. I found you because of thank you so much. Yeah, Sloan and I, listen, Sloan likes to come on my show. She and I may not agree on the same things, just like I have many friends that we don't agree on things politically and whatever, but I let them believe that I let them say what they want to say. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and I allow people to have their opinions. I had a couple of Trumpers on a few months ago. We actually had a intelligent conversation. I don't believe in anything they believe in. They don't believe in a lot of what I believe in, but we did it in a civil without, the civil discourse that sometimes happen. But the thing is that I try to be open, and hear the other side. I mean, that's what's happened with the Democrats and the Republicans. There's no more compromise. Back in the days, the Republicans and the Democrats, they used to compromise. They'd meet each other for drinks, and then they'd come out, and work deals out. Now it's not like that. Both sides draw a line in the sand, and then they go for the jugular. And sadly, my opinion is, as we've seen with the Republicans wanting to get rid of abortion, which they finally did, gay marriage rights. It's a party that wants to take away the rights of the people so that we'll live like what they believe the Bible says it should be. And we're not, Christianity is not the only freaking religion in the world, which is why they came to this country, and the founding fathers gave us the freedom of religion, not the freedom to push your religion on your only religion on the country, but the freedom to worship and do whatever you want. You can worship Buddha, Islam, Muslims, you can Allah, you can worship Jesus Christ. You can be Jewish. You can worship Satan. You can be an atheist. That was what is great about our country. But when one religion, the crazy Bible thumping, losing, crazy lunatic Christians decide that their religion is the only religion, that's what's screwing up our country right now. And they have packed the court, the Supreme Court that's supposed to be unbiased in this country. The Supreme Court is stacked with a bunch of these right-wing conservative judges. And we thank Mitch McConnell for that. And because Obama couldn't put in a judge because Mitch McConnell didn't let him. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and the same thing happened 1 month before the election, basically. And Mitch McConnell had said, "Oh no, we'd never do that," but yet they did again. And she goes back to that idiot Manchin in West Virginia, who says that, Manchin goes, I can't get rid of the filibuster. No, it's wrong. I mean, no, we need to do it the right way. Bullshit, Manchin. The moment the Republicans could take over the Senate, McConnell, the turkey neck, is going to get rid of the filibuster. because that's what happened before Biden came in. Remember? That's how they got everybody through the 60 votes. But yet Manchin, who is really a freaking Republican, anyway, don't get me started. It just goes on and on. What did you say? George Washington was the Trump of the 18th. We had a revolution because England outlawed slavery. Yeah. It's a never-ending battle. There are extremists on both sides, unfortunately. And I have said that before, Richard. There are extremists on both sides. There's no middle ground anymore. It's this side, and that's it. And we need to bring the country back to the middle. But the problem is the one side is so vocal. I mean, the Democrats have to be the biggest idiots in the world, not controlling the narrative. The Democrats have basically been given the midterms on a silver platter with Roe versus Wade, the January 6th insurrection, because there are people leaving the Trump fan club. I mean, everything that they're doing, Uvalde, I mean, the gun control, Roe versus Wade, they're coming after gay rights. They're coming after immigrant rights. They're trying to take away so much that the Democrats aren't controlling the narrative. They're not going vote, vote, vote. And it's just, there are those of us that do these podcasts, and there are those of us that go online and talk about it. But the Democratic Party isn't doing anything. They have this guy who runs the DNC, Harris. Has anybody seen him lately? They gave him the head of the DNC. Why? Because he ran against Little Miss Pansy ass Lindsey Graham in South Carolina and almost beat him. So what did they reward him with? The head of the DNC. And what has he done? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. And you just go, wow, this is why the Democrats lose. But what do the Republicans do? No matter what, no matter how wrong they might be, they always vote together. They never not vote together. They come together as a freaking wall. And that's why the country is the way it is right now. And it's sad. What was that, Dawn? The incident on January the 6th. Yeah. This Thursday is the sort of like the final. There's a lot going on because remember, all of us. Isn't it strange how the Secret Service lost all the text messages from January 5th and 6th? They said, oh, it was phones and equipment getting upgraded. I yell BS on that. Just the 5th and the 6th. Why would you do the 5th and the 6th? Anyway, the thing is, they are getting those text messages. The January 6th committee subpoenaed them. And I was watching this morning. They're going to find those messages. Those messages don't disappear at all. So hold on. Where's this? What did you say here, Richard? Democrats need to shake off these old. Oh, God. It's like, remember the impeachment when Patrick Leahy, who could hardly freaking sit up straight, was running the impeachment? I look like this, and I want to scream. What is this? The Dems are also aren't giving us reasons to vote. They just go, well, we don't have the numbers to pass anything, and don't even try. You nailed it, Jim. But that's because the DNC and the powers that be aren't selling the narrative, and that's why we are where we are today. Anyway, what is that, Karen? What have I missed? Dawn? Oh, really? Karen Wise. See you later, Karen. Okay. Is Karen leaving? Hope you all thank you, Karen. I'm sorry I didn't see that. Popped in to say hi. Keep talking, standing up for all of our freedoms. I will. It's my job. Anyway, I've been here for almost an hour, but I just wanted to come on and vent. And I'm glad those of you that popped in decided to pop in with me and let me vent. But my mouth is tired. My mouth is tired. I'm going to have one of my psychics next Sunday for a Psychic Sundays. We'll bring it back. And I think Miss Esther might pop up in the middle of the week this week. You just never know. But thank you guys so much for popping in and letting me vent. I just had to get it out of my system, and I thank you for allowing me to do that. You guys are great. And if you're tuning in and you didn't watch it live, thanks for tuning in on the rebroadcast. I'm Michael Arrington. This is Sunday afternoons. Thank you, Nikki, Dawn, and Richard, Karen, Lois, Jim, Dawn. Who else did I miss? I'm trying to get you all. Angeli, Karen F, Deborah, Kiefer, all of you, thank you so very, very much for popping in. And RL, Rhonda, I'll see you guys later.